So thank you again for coming today. We are very grateful for HCAM for donating this wonderful bench for Hal in his honor and in his memory. As you all know, Hal has worked with both of our organizations for many years. We miss him dearly, but we hope in this way to think about him frequently and memorialize all the things that he's done for us. For those of you who don't know, this is Eric Dresser, the Executive Director of HCAM. Did you want to say a few words?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to also, for the HCAM side, thank everybody for coming out. Hal was a tremendous impact with HCAM as we were getting started and helped to set up. He was our treasurer and helped to get everything started with us and on the right track with all the projects that we actually just got through. Our largest one with our building construction, and I know that's about to begin here at the library again. So we're just honored to have had him on both organizations and so many others here in town as well. He was just involved with so much, and we're very happy to have had the time with Hal and to have, be making this donation in his honor here at the library. I think that there are some other people that had prepared some remarks. I believe Laura Burns from the HCAM board.
I think we're going to do that.
We're going to do that inside. Okay, that's correct.
What I'd like to do now is the unveiling of the bench. Avis, might I ask you to do the honors for us?
Thank you. That's right.
My tears will not freeze.
Plaque says, in appreciation and memory of Harold S. Goldstein, civic engagement with HPL and HCAM. And Avis, would you be the first to sit on the bench? Come on.
I'd love to.
Oh, perfect. Yay.
And may I invite Father Nicholas to join me?
Wonderful.
Because in the spirit of ecumenicalism, as well as, which is important, Father Nicholas is the historian of the library, which is why he was invited, as well as the fact that he and Hal you want me to stop? I know you do. I'm not going to. Anyway, so that's why I invited Father Nicholas. And thank you from the bottom of my heart.
So thank you once again for all coming to the library today to honor Hal. I just want to say a few quick words, and then I would like to pass this, as we call it, talking stick, on to everyone else who would like to say a few words. Hal was one of the trustees of the library. He was a trustee here for many years, since 1992. He was appointed by the Board of Selectmen and then moved over to the corporation side of the library in 96. He was a whiz at finances and was very helpful on the financial committee, and he was dedicated to the library. He was one of our biggest supporters. He always had something really good and interesting and thoughtful to say, and we always appreciated the way he looked at things and all the opinions that he had to give us and all the wonderful things he did to help make the library it is today. So that said, I'd like to pass the talking stick on to whoever else would like to say a few words. Laura, here you go.
I'm Laura Burns. I'm the Vice President of the HCAM Board, and thank you all for being here. We were so fortunate to have Hal on our board for so many years, and in fact, I'm even going to take credit for appointing Hal to the HCAM Board when we set it up, and so good on me. And when I came on the board, it's great. I'm going to love having this bench and love sitting on it. I don't think of it as a way to remember Hal because, of course, he's the most unforgettable person I ever met. We're not going to need that. But the thing that impressed me the most about Hal when I was working with him was his dedication to the future, to us, to our children, to our children's children. And he was always pushing us on HCAM to think about the future of what we're doing, delivering our local content, how to do it. My board asked me to tell you the story when we were trying to relocate into a new studio. And we talked about it, and we looked at this location, we looked at that location, talked to the town. They couldn't make it work, and we were just going around for a year maybe trying to find a new location for HCAM. Finally, Hal said, he was so frustrated. He said, I'll bet a laptop to anybody because I believe that we are going to be sitting right here a year from now doing this exact same thing. And I said, I was feeling very encouraged and courageous about the future, and I said, I will take that bet. We're going to be in a new studio a year from now. And then a year went by, and Hal and I both won the laptop because we are in a new studio in the same location. So that's what I call a win-win. But that story kind of epitomized for me the way that his energy moved us forward and never let us sit still. And I'm sure you all have similar stories of Hal to tell, so I'm going to pass the talking stick on to the person with the next story.
Thank you. I'm David Mahigan. I'm the chairman of the library board. And when I look at the bench, I think it's really slightly ironic that we would be dedicating a bench to Hal, because if there's one thing Hal didn't seem to do much of was sit or be still. He was always on the move. And in so many meetings that we had at the library, committee meetings, finance committee meetings, and full board meetings, Hal would be the one who might not say very much early on, but then at a certain point he'd take his glasses and break them. You know the glasses that snap on the center? I think actually Avis has a pair. And the first time he did that, I said, "Oh my God!" But it was a prelude. It was a way of getting your attention, in which he would say something like, "Now I don't want to be the bad guy here." And he would raise a question or an issue that no one else had thought of. But he always did it, he was never a bad guy. He always did it so affectionately and with such warmth and with such goodwill toward the library and toward his colleagues that it was always a positive contribution. He had such charm and such affection and goodwill toward the library. I loved the library so much. And I remember that the late Stead Murdy, when he was trying to create an auction to raise funds for the library, one of the ideas he had was to auction off a ride on Hal Goldstein's motorcycle, and he was going to call it Hal on Wheels. Somehow or other, it never happened, but it was very much in the spirit of Hal. Always a lot of fun, load of fun. We miss him terribly, and every time we have meetings, I sort of see him sitting over there when I'm waiting for the glasses to snap. So I think it's a delightful thing that we've done this has been done, and we're so grateful to HCAM for doing it. A bench is always a great idea. We have to remember that libraries are places where stuff is happening nowadays. More and more, the library is a place where you go to do stuff. Still should be a place to be, and I can't think of anything better, especially in a spring day, when the weather is a little warmer than this, than a place to sit and think about this wonderful place and the good things that happen here in this community, and to think about Hal as well, with a little nameplate pushing your back. So thanks to Hal and to Avis, and thank you also to HCAB. This is like the conch.
That's right. Yeah, anyone else want to speak? Well, again, just thank you so much for coming. We were honored to put the bench out there for Hal. He certainly has done ample to deserve that bench and so much more. He's certainly left a legacy with HCAM and with me personally, and I'm thankful for that time that we had to spend and everything that I took from that. So thank you all and for coming. We've got some spread out here for everybody, and we hope that you'll hang around. Thanks again.
Very much. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all so very, very much. And let me see if I can continue on without a tear. This library is beyond words, and I think we all know that about this very, very special treasure. I also like to say that HCAM, which has grown tremendously and is really a very professional organization. I mean, when you think about the combination of the two, HCAM documents all of the good that happens in this town. As far as this library is concerned, how wonderful it can also document and share in, hopefully in the future, about all the different dreams and wishes that this library has. And the combination and the marriage of it all is just profound and beautiful. And I will say, as the person who shared Hal's life, these were the things Hal always did think. See if I can do it. We always used to discuss what things could be better, always. And we also did discuss the things that we thought weren't going so well. but always to the thought about the future in the larger picture of life. Hal was appreciative, as I am, of the integration of all of the disciplines of life. And this library is just, there just really aren't any words to say about this library. And again, to HCAM and its growth and the people involved in HCAM, of the highest, truly, of the highest quality and ability in people who also have dreams. And I'm honored on Hal's behalf, but I'm honored personally in terms of the dreams I have for this town and for everybody in it. So thank you all very much.